every point. She had given him everything he wanted.
You get in this car, damn it! Get in the car!
You can't keep hiding black eyes from us. I just can't walk out.
She never stopped believing things would change.
I just need a rest.
She's quite ill, and I'm not releasing her for at least another 3 weeks. Oh, no. I need you to get out on that stage right now. You a dead woman if you stay. You can't get away from me, and I'm in here.
But if she ever wanted to find her dreams,
when you can see yourself clearly, your life will change.
she had to start believing in herself.
I made you. You wasn't nothing without me, and you ain't gonna be nothing without me.
I'll give it all up. Just release the claim on my name.
Means you're going to walk out of here with absolutely nothing.
Except my name.
Hollywood sometimes glamorizes or even sanitizes films. How much involved were you in the film to be careful that it stayed true?
I wasn't. I gave them input from a few things that might have been missing from the book, Tina. I spoke with Angela. I had a decision on choosing her for the reason, for the fact that she is a great actress, and I needed more of an actress and someone that would be likable and someone that would be very pretty and sexy on stage, and that's why I thought that she would be the right one for the part.
I'm trying to help Ike, all right?
You trying to help Ike?
Very difficult for me these days to even talk about Ike, because then it goes back to say, well, she said on MTV, blah, blah, blah. And I won't answer you on that level, but what I will say is, I must clarify, yes, I was a victim, but I didn't dwell on it, and I didn't feel sorry and hold sympathy for myself for it. I lived it, yes, I lived it, and I went past it, and I went forward. I'm not one to sit back and talk to people about how horrible it was and to try to give them support. No, it's not my style. Yes, victim. I accepted it, and I went forward. All I can say for Ike at this moment about this movie is it would be a shame if he didn't do something positive with all this attention that he's getting at the moment. It would be great also because a lot of fans are still disturbed from the past about all of this, probably still don't believe a lot about all of this. And if Ike could just come back in, make a comeback for himself, then it'd be a happy ending. But sometimes there are no happy endings, so.
I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really want to fight no more.
Your image in the media has been portrayed as like a sort of goddess, you know.
What would happen if I didn't have legs? I think they would say, we're not going to go see her anymore. I never liked my legs in the past. You know, I always thought they were too long or too this or too that. And finally, I lived long enough to become fashionable in some kind of way, I think. I'm not going to do this style to become an old woman. This is what I mean by I say that I think it cannot go on into the 60s unless I look like I look now. Then we're all going to wonder what's going on. But I just think that it's sort of rock and roll, raunchy rock and roll, sexy rock and roll. You can't stand on the stage with it, you know, and wear short dresses and the whole image. Something has to change.
Jesus stole my Jesus soul. He said it's time to let my little light show. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Young lady, what is wrong with you? Cut out all that wild gyration and blues shouting.
When young people see the film, because probably for them it will be the first time that they'll know your background,
yeah.
and they will know a lot of the bad things that happen. But when they look at you today, they don't see any bitterness in the face. They see quite a lot of positivity.
Yes, Tina.
I think it's gonna work out fine. It's gonna work out fine.
You go back a little bit. You're not just right here, the last, just a little. And you know, for as long as you've seen me right after all of that, I wasn't negative either. I was as I am now. So my fans that is used to seeing me how I am, smiling on stage, it would be very difficult for them to relate to that happening in my life, and they'll know obviously that was not my style of life or was not my personality. And I think they will take something positive from that. I do thrive on that, the fact that I don't dwell on hardships. I take the life. It's the life. The life is tough. It's not easy. It's not easy for the rich, if we call it that. We think, most people think the rich and the wealthy have everything, but they have their problems too, because if there's a life for them, that's where they have the problems as well. All people have problems in the life. And we shouldn't dwell. We should go on, because the life goes on.